Good afternoon, my lovely people. It's Kentish, and this afternoon I'm just going to be responding to a couple of videos. First up, we have 24 questions black people have for white people. So without further ado, let's get this going.
Why do you always make such horrible decisions in horror movies? It's not cool to split up.
That's not specific to white people movies at all. Obviously, that's just the script writers' decisions. Yeah, it's not specific to white people at all. There's plenty of times that happens to people with different ethnicities in films. So it's a bit of a non-question, that one.
I freak out when black people are cast to play white fictional characters.
Personally, I don't really give a shit what race or what skin color someone is that plays a role. Same with sex, I couldn't really give a shit. So it's like with the new Ghostbuster movie, and obviously it was all female cast instead of the original male cast. Don't really care. If it's a good film, it's a good film. Doesn't matter if races have been changed or sexes have been changed. If the film's good, I'm gonna watch it. If the film's shit, I'm not gonna watch it. Or I'm gonna watch half of it and then bugger off and not bother watching.
What's the big deal if Idris Elba plays James Bond? I'll go see it twice.
Why?
But same again, don't really care. If it's a good film, I'll watch it. If it's not, I won't.
A big butt and big lips considered attractive on a white woman, but they're unattractive on a black woman.
In my experience, that's actually really inaccurate. People find it extremely attractive on black women as well as white women. Obviously she's just been talking to the wrong kind of man or whatever.
I don't really think Miley is the one who created twerking. Really?
Who gives a fuck? Twerking shouldn't even be a thing. Who cares?
How am I supposed to teach you how to twerk? I don't know how to twerk.
Will always act as though they have discovered a new trend when people of color have been doing it for virtually years.
If something's new to a particular group of people or a person, then they're going to be excited about it. It's new to them. It doesn't really matter if it's been around for years for other types of people or whatever. If it's new to a person, then obviously they're going to be excited about it and experiment with it.
Is it when a black woman wears her hair natural, it's seen as inappropriate, but when a white woman does, it's praised?
I think that's just something that they've just dreamed up. I don't really give a shit how you wear your hair. You know, just do whatever you want with your hair. I think people worry way too much about other people's fucking hair, to be honest. It's hair. Who cares? Move on.
Hair that I was born with, so you wearing it as a trend is not cute.
It's hair. People can do whatever the fuck they want with their hair. Race or whatever has nothing to do with it. People have the right to do whatever the hell they want with their hair. It's their hair.
Hey, can you appropriate my student loans? Can you take that off my hands?
No. At least in the UK with student loans, you don't have to pay them back until you're earning over X amount, and race doesn't come into that. That's just a general rule.
Crime is seen as an isolated incident, but black crime is a representation of my entire community.
That's a load of crap. Crime statistics obviously vary greatly, and you can drill down to see actual crime statistics. I'm not going to do that. Other people have done that.
When we see a story on TV about a white serial killer, I don't automatically assume that all white people must be serial killers too.
People don't do that about black people. You're just being paranoid. Nobody does that.
Why does talking about race make you feel so uncomfortable?
Is it because you think that you'll be perceived as racist?
It doesn't make me uncomfortable. I treat everyone the same. I couldn't give a flying fuck about what colour skin you have, what nationality you are, whatever. You know, it doesn't even come into the equation for me. If you're a dick, I'm going to be a dick to you. And if you're nice, then I'm going to be nice to you. I don't, honestly do not give a shit what race you are.
You don't really believe that racism is over because we have a black president, do you?
Obviously, I don't think anyone believes that racism is over because the US has a black president. That doesn't change anything. There's racist black people, there's racist white people, there's racist Asian people. There's always going to be racist people. But that's the thing with freedom of speech, freedom of thought. Unless you're going to go around putting microchips in everyone's head, people have the right to think whatever the fuck they want, regardless of if you agree with it or not. That's the beauty of free speech, baby.
Notice when there are no white people around, but you hardly ever notice when there are no black people around.
Why does a black sheep stand out more in a field of white sheep? It's contrasts. That's all it is. It's not a race thing or whatever. Obviously, it's just contrast, black and white.
Why do you want to say the N-word so badly?
I don't see any words as being offensive. I think people should be able to say whatever words they want. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't think any words should be deemed as being fucking outside the remits of your average Joe.
You always want to touch our hair.
Who told you?
I don't want to touch your hair. Sorry.
Pronounce black names like Quvenzhané, but can say names like Schwarzenegger, Galifianakis, and LaBeouf just fine.
Because they're from a different culture.
Why do you feel like all lions' lives matter, but black lives don't?
Why?
When people say all lives matter, it's exactly that. All lives matter. Your race does not fucking matter. Every life matters. Not specific. It's not saying. It's not excluding black people. It's not saying black people's lives don't matter. It's saying all lives matter.
Lion's life in Africa more important than the lives of black people here in America?
They're equally important. I see animals and humans as basically the same thing, on the same playing level. You should protect, you should be helping the needy children in Africa, etc. The same way you should be helping the needy lion cubs in Africa.
Why is it so hard for you to acknowledge your privilege?
I have no privilege, thanks. I was born into poverty and I've always lived in poverty. Try again.
How does it feel to not be the spokesperson for your entire race at any given time?
Nobody said you're a spokesperson for your entire race. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was me answering 24 questions black people have for white people. And a lot of them are just fear-mongering questions. They're non-issues. Do you know what I mean? They're non-issues. It's just things that they've assumed, which are just completely, they don't even deserve an answer, a lot of these questions, basically. But hey ho, here I am answering them. I'm gonna do a few more videos today, probably answering some questions, so yeah.